Expectation is such a powerful thing. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. An expectation is a thought that you've thought about so much and kept active in your vibration for so long that you just keep realizing it. Law of attraction just keeps showing you versions of it until you say, see, that's why I believe it. I believe it because it's true. And we say, no, it's true because you believe it. You say, no, I'm sure that I believe it because it's true. I've been a collector of information, Abraham. I've been living my life and I'm just not good at that. Or these things that I want just don't come to me. And we say, but the reason they don't is because you think they don't. And you say, yeah, but I think they don't because they don't. And we say, yes, but they don't because you think they don't. You say, no, I didn't think they wouldn't until they didn't. And since they aren't coming, now I think they're not coming. And we say, well, somehow you've got to figure out how to break that cycle, because the universe is not giving you what you're saying with your words. The universe is giving you what you're offering vibrationally. And what you're offering vibrationally, in other words, the universe is giving you what you mean. The universe is giving you what you expect. The universe is giving you what you've practiced thinking about. And so we get it, that it's not the easiest thing in the world. In fact, it might be one of the hardest things in the world to think differently than what is, because you have become so very good in your observation of what is, in your assessment of what is, in your restating of what is, in your documenting of what is, in your regurgitating of what is, in your seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, in your physical translation of what is feels pretty solid to you. But we want you to know it isn't solid, it's changing all the time. But in many cases, it's just changing to more of the same because that's what you're thinking about. Do you get that? It's not holding steady. It's changing to your current expectation. But if your current expectation is just like the one you had yesterday and the one you had the day before and the one you had the day before, then it holds steady and you say, see? That's why I believe it. I believe it because that's how it is. And we say, no, it is because that's what you believe. Oh, Abraham, not that again, please, not that again. So we're eager to talk with you about whatever is important to you. There is no order of business here. Nothing is off limits. What you will notice is a wonderful unfolding, because we had this gathering before we dragged your physical bodies here. In other words, who you are, what you've been living, what you want, is all part of the vibrational mix of all of this. So together, we're just going to find a way to sort it out with the powerful intention of helping you to close that gap between who you really are and who you may be allowing yourself to be in any moment. Life is supposed to feel really good to you. You're supposed to be having a wonderful time. You are supposed to feel good. But in order to do that, it takes some deliberate attention. It takes some deliberate focus, which means, mostly it means, you got to care about how you feel. You got to care so much about feeling good that you are willing to pay the price of feeling good. You have to care enough about feeling good that you are willing to use your emotions to help you in the choice of thought. And that's what deliberate creation is. So once you begin to put this emotional translation in the mix, once you begin to recognize that how you feel matters most of all, because how you feel is your in-the-moment indicator of how much of you are allowing to be present in this moment. If you knew how much backup you've got, if you knew how many advocates you have advocating on your behalf, you see, we know everything that you're asking for and where it is and what the path of least resistance to it is. We know where everything you want is and where you stand in relationship to it. That's a good thing. It's a good thing for you to know somebody who knows that, you see. But you've got to be in a place where you can receive. Esther says, oh, but Abraham, you and Jerry, all you dead guys, there's no such thing as that. You are so subtle now. You are so subtle. I have to tune myself so precisely to your frequency in order to hear you. Can't you be less subtle? And we say, tuning is subtle. Tuning to the frequency of who you are and what you want, it takes some practice. But it's an easy thing to do if you care about how you feel. Because if you care about how you feel, you're just not going to entertain those thoughts that don't feel good. You're just going to find yourself more and more shying away from them, which is to say shying away from or toward something else. In other words, there's no such thing as exclusion in this attraction-based universe. You sort of kind of get that? There's no such thing as no. When you look at something that you really want and you say yes to it, you're including something that you want in your vibration. But when you look at something that you don't want and you feel that resistance well up in you and you're saying no to this thing you do not want, what you're actually doing is saying yes to this thing you do not want. Because attention to the subject is what causes you to be the inviter, the receiver, the realizer, the creator of it, you see.